Don't it feel real good? Real good to love.
Hey guys, and welcome to Love After Transformation. How you loving? Today we have my beautiful, wonderful friend, mentor, Antoine Allen at Antoine Allen Films, honey. And we're going to talk about validating yourself and taking your power back. I always like the saying by Les Brown, the richest place on earth is the graveyard. Why? Because you have so many people who are dead, buried and gone, who refused and did not say yes to themselves. You have books that were never published. You have cures and discoveries and inventions that was never discovered. You have people who did not live on purpose, who did not say yes to their dreams, who did not say yes to their vision. And we don't want that to be you. We don't want you to die tomorrow and say, what am I going to be remembered by? What are people going to know me by? We need you to say yes to yourself today. Not tomorrow, honey, today. So we have the beautiful Antoine Allen film that's going to teach you how to validate yourself, take your power back, and say yes to yourself. Antoine Allen Films, honey.
I felt that.
You felt that?
I felt that.
Yes to yourself. Live on purpose for purpose. So let the audience know, our sisters and brothers out there, who you are and who's Antoine Allen Film and how are you walking in your purpose?
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing, and I appreciate you. Antoine Allen is from Southside Jamaica, Queens, born and raised in a trauma environment. I was living life, trying to figure things out. I got into the music business because of a friend. Mm-hmm. I started managing up-and-coming hip-hop artists from the area, directed some music videos. It was going great, but I realized in that environment, I wasn't reaching my full potential. So I decided to do a short film called Split Decision. Because at the time, I was directing music videos also while managing. And some of my music videos were looking like movies. So let me do a short film.
Okay.
But before I got to my short film, a lot of people told me, oh, you got to know somebody. You don't have, there's a lot of negativity stuff. And what I did was I said, what? I'm going to better myself. And I did it, and I'm so happy I did it. The movie did really well. I won a few awards, domestically, internationally.
Sold out
movie. I did a lot of stuff. And now I have my own production company. I'm doing really well. And it's all because that I better myself and I say yes and walk in my purpose. But sometimes it's hard because of the fear, the being afraid, not knowing nobody, especially coming from a Black community. I don't know nobody in my family's a filmmaker. We only see what's on TV. So now I'm pretty awesome. Things are going really well.
And you said something about fear. And a lot of people allow fear and their trauma. You also said two keywords that stood out to me. Fear and trauma. The fear of the unknown, right? And because we go through a lot of traumatic experience, whether it's from childhood or an adult, adolescence, whatever it is, we allow our past and our shortcomings and pains and trauma to hold us back and keep us feeling inadequate and keep us feeling lesser than, or that we're not good enough, or we don't have the right resources or know the right people or have enough money. So what do you say to people who allow their traumas to trump their purpose?
Well, for me, I had to make a decision. Either I want to die or old man full of regret.
Say that again. Hold on. We need to. That's a whole word right there.
Yeah. Either I want to die or old man full of regret, or I want to better myself. Because I know I'm gonna get the check every week. I know that if I live at the age of 65, I'm gonna get my retirement 401k. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But for me, I knew God had a bigger picture for me. Especially the way I was growing up. There's a lot of things going on in my life I didn't understand. But yeah, I had to make that decision. Comfortability is great, but I just wanted more.
I like that. Either you want to die full of regrets, and that's earlier I said a lot of people died or in the graveyard. Some of the richest probably sitting on gold mines that did not allow their vision and dreams to be manifested because they died with regrets. So we don't want you guys to die tomorrow full of regrets, shoulda, coulda, wouldas. You know what I mean? And I always say success has nothing to do with people, right? Success has nothing to do with people. Success really has nothing to do with your circumstances, because I know people who came from nothing Hello, we're in a room filled with people that came from nothing and built to something. So I don't think success has anything to do with your circumstances, but success is literally discovering your truth, your purpose, and your why, and being consistent and walking that thing out. You have to see it. And it's the law of attraction. You see it, and then it has to manifest. There's no ifs, ands about it. It has to manifest. So what would you say is your definition of success? Because everybody has their whole own interpretation of what success is and think it has to do with money and degrees and how many people you know and the validation of others. Ooh, validation. You know, that's your word, honey. Go ahead. I'll stay right there. Uh-huh.
My definition is happiness. A
Oh.
lot of people have a lot of money, I know. They are miserable with ugly hearts. Or they've done a lot of trauma. So I watch those documentaries and I see those people that's got everything, but they have so much trauma and not dealing with themselves. So what I did was, before I even got to this level, I worked on myself.
Healing.
You got to work on yourself, because if not, you're going to be a ticking time bomb in front of the world. I look at people like Harvey Weinstein, R. Kelly. They were ticking time bombs in front of the world. They built an empire just to lose it all because of their trauma. And I said, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go through my trauma in front of the world, and then I built this amazing thing to give up because of what? My lust, my trauma. I didn't want that. So definitely do the work on yourself. But happiness is my definition. Like I'm happy I've been in my life because I say yes to myself. I didn't allow my past to dictate my future.
Wow. I like that. You didn't allow your past to dictate your future. And a lot of people are wondering why I can't be successful. And I'm gonna tell you why. It's called self-sabotage. You sabotage your own blessings. Why? Because we don't want to do the work. You have to do the work to heal. You have to do the work to like Mr. Antoine Allen said, to deal with your drama. Work on yourself. No matter how you try to escape it, whether it's through jobs, whether it's through relationship, whether it's through kids, whether it's through all of these, everything else outside of yourself, it's gonna come right back around to resurface. Whether it's 5 years later, 2 years later, 10 years later, you find people who are making good money, but they're still not successful, right? Because within, they're still empty. Within, they're not sleeping at night. When the lights, cameras, and action and everything is gone and they're laying in their four walls, they can't sleep in peace. That's success. Success is peace. The peace that surpasses all understanding. Being able to sleep at night, to be happy and have that inner joy. Success starts within, but you first have to do the work, deal with your traumas, deal with your past and your pain and your hurt, so that you can, I personally feel like that is where your purpose lies.
Yep.
Because when you can heal and do the work, then you can help someone else. Purpose is all about paying it forward and helping someone else. Your life and your purpose doesn't belong to you. It's literally for you to be a vessel to help pave it forward. How can you help someone else if you haven't helped yourself? Come on, somebody.
Come on,
I mean,
somebody.
it's really simple. It comes really back to yourself. Do the work. Then success will follow you. It's like a magnet. It's the law of attraction. You know, it takes money to make money, right? When you make money, it's so easy to give it away and pave it forward and to be a blessing for someone else. I always say when people are like this, close-handed, you're so guarded, you're so closed off, and you're so like, it just come off. You see, what does this body language look like? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you got your hands closed, like you cannot be blessed or be used if you're like this and so guarded. You're so guarded, like how your hands have to be open. That's love. It has to be inviting, right? And the only way you can have this naturally is by doing the work, healing and working on yourself. And so a lot of people say, just saying you always look so happy and you always look so like jolly all the time. It's because this is my body language, right? People, your energy is the first introduction people will feel and know about you. Before you even say anything out of your mouth, the first thing about you people are going to meet is your energy, your vibes, your aura. And I want my aura to be inviting because I'm happy, I'm at peace. So when I step into a room, I want that light and radiancy about myself to speak loud. and to be very inviting. So I like that. And then what I like about Antoine Allen film, we're going to get into Lola in a minute, but Antoine Allen have a film festival called Validate Yourself. And I think it is so profound. I mean, just the word in itself, validate yourself. And I know for me, being a part of the entertainment industry, that thing to me was like, because I started off with acting and modeling, right? And thanks to Antoine, I'm now branching out into film production because validating myself. I want my creativity to shine. I want to be able to pay it forward and help others. But at one point, I was waiting on agents to say yes to me. I was waiting on agents to say, I booked it. I was waiting on agents to feel successful or to feel purposeful. So Antoine, tell them a little bit about where the whole concept of validate yourself came from and the film festival.
So I was traveling to different film festivals, and I wasn't seeing my people, African-American people. A lot of festivals, especially the big ones, are run by Caucasians and different ethnicity. So I decided, instead of me complaining about, why they're not picking me, why this and that, I said, let me start my own festival. I'm a big advocate of validating yourself and stop begging for a seat at the table. Because when you build your own table, the food tastes way better.
Wait a minute. Say that again. Hold on. When you build your own table,
the food tastes way better.
So much better.
So much better.
Yum, yum.
So
Yum,
I
yum.
decided, let me start my own film festival. And I decided to name it Validate Yourself Film Festival because most people look for validation everywhere else except the person in the mirror. So when I did that, it did really well. I did the 4th year I did it. This year we can't do it because of COVID.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started because I just was seeing my people. And a lot of times we complain, we talk, but no one want to do the work. So I'm a big advocate of doing the work. And then next year, 2021, I'm starting Validate Yourself Management. I'm starting the management branch because most artists don't have no guidance. We don't have no big black agencies. We don't have no big black anything. We don't really own anything.
Right.
So I want to be the change that I want to see. So yeah, Validate Yourself Management will be next year. And that's why I started. We really have to plant the seeds. It's easy to talk, easy to say this and that and complain, but who's doing the work?
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that. You said something to me that was another nugget. Be the change you want to see. I like that. I remember a few times calling Antoine and just feeling discouraged. And he's just like, Ja, create your own stuff. Like, why are you waiting? Because I'm like, how can I get into the room? And I'm tired of my agents. They don't know how to market me. They don't know how to brand. So I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let me validate myself. Let me be the change I want to see. And me being Caribbean, I'm from Jamaica, born and raised, you don't know. Me have to represent all of the time.
Me too, Jamaica
right?
Queens, you don't know.
You don't know Jamaica Queens. Jamaica's in there, right? But for me, I don't see Caribbean content. I don't. I mean, you might see a Caribbean person who's playing the maid or a Rasta man that they book an American actor training him to speak patois and it sounds horrible. Please stop it. Whoever's doing that in casting, don't do that. It's very disrespectful for people from the Caribbean content, from the Caribbean culture. So I wanted to see more Caribbean content, and I love the fact that Antoine was just like, Ja, do it. Be the change that you want to see. So that's one thing I would say now he has motivated me to do is to create more Caribbean content, which I can't wait for you guys to see what we got cooking. So I love that. We're going to take a quick break. But when we come back, honey, we're going to talk about Lola. We'll be right back.
To all of Dr. Sebi's followers, I've got something for y'all. You all are going to discover the untold and never before heard story of one of the most important healers of our time in Abelardo Guerrero Jr.'s book, his right-hand man, titled My Journey with Dr. Sebi. Unlike any other, this book delivers conversations by Dr. Sebi that includes his healing methods, celebrity connections, lectures, and a detailed nutritional guide and tips curated by Dr. Sebi himself, the Honduran herbalist, as well as self-proclaimed healer. This book also gives you access to the most credible sources of Dr. Sebi's legacy.
she'll hate me too. Something different.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was amazing. Lola is the bomb. I just want to thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to play the role of Carmen, Taja, Lola, aka Lola's sister. Wow.
I want to thank you
Okay,
for coming on as executive producer, helping out with the project, because you could be an actor and it's nothing about validating yourself. Not only you're an actor, you produce on a project. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for even giving me the opportunity, man, to even be a part of your vision. And Lola was accepted world premiere into the American Black Film Festival, which is huge. Anyone who knows ABFF, it's not that easy to get into. Let me just say, I've been a part of many projects that submitted to ABFF and did not get involved, did not get approved. So that's a blessing.
Yeah.
So tell us about Lola, like this journey of a Black African-American female boxer. Come on, Layla Ali, where you at, girl? Where you at, Layla? Should be all up on this right here, Layla. Okay, go ahead.
Well, Lola was a 8 years in the making project. It started with my first short film, Split Decision. At the time, I didn't have the money or the resources. So I decided, let me do the short film version first. And it's another tip is sometimes you don't need, if you don't have the big vision, start with the pebbles. Start with the little blocks, because that's going to make you get to the bigger vision. So I did Lola, like I said, 7, 8 years in the making. And I'm really proud of it. When I first start shopping around to get help, I started getting into a lot of roadblocks. For example, they told me to actually get a lighter person to play the lead.
No, they didn't.
Sometimes in productions, they rather pick a
They wanted you to have a lighter female, not a dark-skinned Lola?
Yeah, because sometimes in some productions, they rather pick a lighter complexion African-American light-skinned person as play the lead, because some production companies, they do that to cater to their Caucasian audience. For me, I'm so happy that I knew myself, knew my power, and I wasn't working with this industry. The industry do a lot of things that don't make no sense. They want to get all you gotta do is get great lighting. Sometimes they want, I want to get a dark-skinned person because of lighting. Just get a great lighting person. But this is the stuff we go through behind the scenes in the industry. And then I said, no, better myself. I fund most of the film myself.
Wow.
We shot in 11.
I'm just trying to, backpedal for some people who he funded you let your jobs pay for your dreams.
Yeah, so I still work a regular job. And what I did was I let my job, help be my investor.
Come on.
Sometimes we feel like we need all this time to be part of the industry. As African Americans and Latinos, the industry is not for us. If you have cable and you have, let's say, 100 channels, we only make up 5% of content. And I know every show.
Wow.
So that's the things we have to really think about. But yeah, fund your own projects. The same way we fund our vacations, the same way we fund no baby showers, the same way we fund the material things.
Real talk,
fund your projects, because I tell people all the times, how you expect someone to invest in you, you won't invest in yourself.
I'm gonna need you to say that again.
Yeah. How you expect someone to put money up towards you, you won't invest in yourself. So I did it, and then I got some help from you and some other people to help with the finish funding. And now we did a world premiere at American Black Film Festival. American Black Film Festival is an amazing part of our film community, because we don't really have nothing out there like that. Jeff Friday and his wife Nicole built this festival.
Yeah.
And they're not even filmmakers. So what bothers me sometimes is I look at this industry, I look at the people that made it, they paid the way, but they locked the door behind them. But we have Jeff Friday and Nicole Friday. Wow. They're non-filmmakers. They see the need in something, and they build something for us. Wow. It blows me up. Not even another person, Emily Stewart. She have a movie theater in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Stewart Cinema.
Yeah, another person, not really a filmmaker. So we really got to look at what's going on internally. So for me, like I said, instead of me complaining, let me be the change. But yeah, Lola came on a great project. He's doing really well. And now we're just shopping around, and for distribution.
Wow. And may I add, sold out Times Square, AMC on Times Square, sold
Yeah.
out.
So I remember doing the premiere, and when I was selling the tickets and everything, some people was like, Antoine, I think your ticket's too high, and it's the day of the pandemic, the COVID.
Right in the
Yeah,
pandemic.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was the day of the state of
March.
emergency. Yeah, March.
Wow. Yeah.
And I said, nah, I know my people. I'm better myself, like I always do. That's another thing. You really gotta listen to yourself. Because
Yeah.
sometimes people reflect their fears and failures onto you, and then you won't take no chances.
Wow.
But thank God I went through because there was a lot of tickets. They was not getting their money back. I tell you that much. They're not getting their money back. But it was an amazing premiere, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
Wow. So like, okay, so right now you're in the distribution phase of trying to get it on a major platform. So if anybody know anybody, or we're gonna give y'all his email address at the end. But what's next for Lola? I know that Lola is. I heard you saying it's like a whole franchise. Like you have Rocky 1, 2. Like that's like.
So Lola is my female version of the Rocky franchise. So we start filming part 2. It's 5 parts. So we're gonna do 5 feature films, and I want to come back around and do a series. This will probably be the first ever female boxing series, because out of the history of cinema, we only really had 2 boxing films:
Wow.
Girl Fight and Mill Down Baby.
That's my movie.
And that's the history of cinema.
Wow.
Yes, we had some underlying boxing films, but when it comes on a corporate level or mainstream level, only been 2.
Wow.
So that's another thing about making films. I want to do films that actually stand out.
Right. Impact.
So I had this young female at my premiere, and she got sexually assaulted the week of the premiere. And she wasn't going to tell anybody. She would keep it to herself. And that's sometimes we have to go through trauma. We hold it in. We don't let anyone know. We're afraid. So when she seen the movie, it gave her the courage to go to the police and report that she'd been sexually assaulted.
Wow.
And that was my job is done.
Purpose.
Because
Man.
those type of impact and people come back and tell me stuff like that, you can't pay for that.
You can't pay for that.
So yeah, I'm so proud of the movie.
Wow. Whew. That's crazy. So after seeing Lola, so before Lola, she was not even gonna go to the cop to.
No.
Man, I'm telling you, man, when you're walking in purpose and you're being obedient to your calling, this is the kind of stuff that you can't pay for. To be able to pay for it and help someone else in ways that you can't even imagine. That's what happens when you walk in purpose. Stuff just happens supernaturally that you have no control over. But had he not said yes to himself and yes to his purpose, that wouldn't have happened. You wouldn't have made Lola. So, and Lola 1, 2, 3, 4, a whole franchise. Like, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah, and Taja V. Simpson, man, she killed that film. Her performance was amazing. So yeah, we're gonna build off that, and then and then next we have some more projects in the works. But it's all about betting on yourself. You know, with this coronavirus happening in the state we're in now, this is more the purpose of betting yourself.
Yes.
We don't know what this is. So I'd rather put in the work. You know, I know sometimes failure and rejection is hard. Because the film industry is the most rejected industry ever. You will get 100 no's before you get that one yes.
Yes.
But
Yes.
when you do it, yes, you're gonna get some no's. Like I noticed, you're gonna get some no's. But when you bet on yourself and you get to reap the rewards, can't pay for it. It's beautiful feeling.
Wow, man. The best investment you will ever make in life, take it from here, is yourself. If you can't invest in yourself and in your dreams and your vision, who else is gonna invest in you? Like you can't put your money anywhere else but on yourself. I completely love that. And like he said earlier, it's all about taking your power back. What would you say about that? Because I know earlier you talked about your trauma and coming from a traumatic past. And usually when we go through traumas and hurt and pain, that stifles your vision, that stifles your dream, that stifles and sabotage your blessing. And taking your power back is really turning your pain. I always say turn your pain into your purpose. You know, what would you want to say about that? Like taking your power back and overcoming your traumas.
Most people give their power away. I think we live 90%, 80% for everybody else and not for ourselves.
Wow.
So when I learned that I'm giving my power away and everybody else have control of my life, what do I have? So once I realized I need to reverse that, I need to spend 89% on myself and the rest for everybody else. Because when you go in that grave, you're going by yourself. So
full of regrets.
Full of regrets. So but yeah, definitely owning your power back. A lot of times we do it. You know, sometimes I do it not even knowing it, but I have way more control of my life now than I had way back then. So really just sit back, look at yourself and ask where I want to be. If you want to be the best barbershop guy, the best barber, be the best barber. If you want to be the best person that mow lawns, be the best lawn mower. But make sure it's your decisions and your power. What happened is, you know, we work every day. We work till we work to the max. We pay all our bills. We do our 1 or 2 vacations a year. We have our kids, and then that's it. You know, I remember I went to a funeral to one of my coworkers, and he died. I think it was like 58, 59. He died, and at his eulogy, all I kept hearing was, "Well, he was a great guy. Paid bills on time." I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, that's it. Tupac, he died in his 20s. He had way more legacy in that.
Wow.
But I didn't want to be my eulogy. I don't want that. So really better yourself. Like I said, it's not for everybody. I get it. But if you want to have a beautiful life, that you can be like, wow, at least I tried.
Right.
That's it. At least you tried.
So it's all about what do you want to be remembered by?
Yeah.
Taking your power back, validating yourself, saying yes to yourself. That's what it's all about, people. Turn your pain into your purpose. Antoine, you got to let them know how to find you, where to find you.
Well, y'all go check me out on my website, AntoineAllenFilms.com. Check out my films, check out everything we're doing on social media. And just, you know, after watching this, really look at yourself and better yourself. And, you know, take your power back.
And on social media, is it Antoine Allen?
Everything Antoine Allen Films.
Antoine Allen Films, because you know here at Antoine Allen Films.
Do nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best. Come on, somebody. Here you have it. Taking your power back, validating yourself. Antoine, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence. Stay tuned. I love y'all. See you soon. How you loving? I love y'all. Later.
Peace.
Don't it feel real good